Live.
Right now?
We're live.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah, we're live. Exactly.
Well,
I could just do this for the rest of the thing.
Like a boss. Like a boss. Like a boss. Like a boss.
Hello, everyone. I am having a special stream here on the Transport Evolved Take 2 channel. If you have watched this channel already today, I do apologize. We did a main stream on the main channel earlier on.
yeah,
Erin is hiding in the corner. I have no idea why.
pulling up my pants.
I'm kind of glad that you did that off camera, actually.
See, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you were being
Yeah, see?
very, very smart.
See?
Um,
I'm polite.
all right, everyone.
Considerate.
So I guess we have a live stream, and my wife's just walked in on the live stream. They don't know yet.
Internet.
They don't know yet.
I know.
Okay, so all right, so I kept it quiet because I was really nervous about it. Come here.
We're all in here.
I was really nervous about it. This is my wife, Kate. She doesn't appear on screen very often. You just walked from your office, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so big announcement, drum roll. I've been really nervous and really kind of I've been really unbearable to live with for the last couple of weeks. So I have just passed my citizenship test for the United States, which means this time tomorrow I'll be one of you. One of you. So tomorrow I have a citizenship ceremony, which you are duly invited to, of course. Everyone at your office knows.
Me. Not you. Me.
Someone said one with Trump. Well, it does mean now I can vote. Which is fantastic. So this is Take 2, by the way, the Take 2 channel. This is not the main channel. But there's still 34, 35 people watching, so yay. I am really pleased. So I'll go from being a green card holder to being
A real American citizen.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why this is super important to me is because obviously with the political environment that has been going on in the last couple of years, I'm being polite, right?
You get to vote
I get to vote. Yes.
and express your opinion on where you want the country to go next.
Yes. And so what this means is that I was worried, actually, because there'd been some, rumblings about green card holders not necessarily being treated properly. Some people with green cards being detained incorrectly because they didn't have the right paperwork on them at any one time. But now, hopefully,
You'll get a blue passport,
I'll get a blue passport to go with my red one.
which will be
Blue
again.
shortly. Yep. So actually, I need to get my red passport renewed before it becomes blue. Then, am I the only one who thinks Nikki's wife has a really similar voice to the other Kate? But
That's a damn lie.
she's American. She's American, and the other Kate is British. So.
I'm British, like a clotted cream tea.
No, you're not. So, yeah. So I'm getting dual citizenship.
Yay!
This time tomorrow, I will be a dual citizen of America, which means if Mr. Trump decides to send people to war, then I will then have to.
The country will be all the better for it.
Do I have to back out now? Can I back out now? So I have a little
You're
red.
1 hour too late.
All
All right, I love you. Give me a kiss. Thank you for coming over. I will see you tonight. We can celebrate tonight.
Yay. Nice seeing you. Goodbye.
So that's the advantage of your wife working literally
Like a 5-minute walk.
5-minute walk away. So if you have any questions you want to ask me, then let me know.
There we go.
So now you know there are 2 different Kates. You've actually seen both the Kates. Because people genuinely thought that it was the same, the different Kates.
Different Kates.
My Kate is a Mary-Kate.
Yep.
Now I have to be a Nikki.
Look at that.
So, how tough was the test? Well, all right. So, so for the test, I had to prove that I knew American history. I can't even remember. It was basically a civics part of the test.
Can I pull my chair over?
Yeah, you can join in if you want to.
I'll pull my chair over.
She wants to join in.
Yeah, well, this is a big day.
I know. Yay!
Yay! She's an American citizen.
Well, not yet.
Well, kind of.
I'm not an American citizen
Almost.
until 12 tomorrow, when the ceremony has completed.
Yes.
So, excuse me, between now and then,
Yeah.
I mustn't get arrested,
Okay.
mustn't leave the country, or do anything else between now and then that could jeopardize my citizenship. So I have to get sworn in. I have to swear my allegiance.
What happens if you leave the country?
I don't know. Obviously, I can't attend the ceremony because... But anyway...
I've changed my mind. I'm going back.
It was really funny because we brought this envelope. I took this envelope with me with all the paperwork in it, like my birth certificate, my passport, my green card, my wife's birth certificate and her passport, and our marriage certificate.
Did you have to show that off?
Civil partnership. Well, no, because it says please bring all this documentation.
Yeah.
And the guy looked at it and was like,
Cool.
he didn't even look at it. It was like he looked on the system and went, oh yeah, I see you're married to Catherine, and
So what's the point of bringing all
like you
that
said,
if
I've
they
got
just
this all
have
on-
it in their doc? They just already have it?
oh, thank you. The American population just got classier, smarter, and kinder. Mwah, thank you. That's very sweet of you. I really appreciate it. He said, oh, I see you're married to Catherine, and I said, yeah. And he said, you haven't been married to anyone else? And I said, no. And he said, well, I've got all her documentation here, so we're good.
Look at that.
And
Technology working as it should.
yeah, he asked me I had to read when is Columbus Day. Popped up on a screen. When is Columbus Day?
Yeah.
I had to read those 4 words out loud on the screen.
Showing
And then I had
read,
to
yeah.
write Columbus Day is in October.
Okay, there you
That
go.
was my writing part of the test.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, all right.
Because, not everyone who applies to be an American citizen has English as their first language.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
have to do this test
Yeah.
to prove that they are...
I can adapt.
Yeah, exactly. And then the second part of it, or the third part of it, was he asked me to name a branch of the government.
Yeah. A branch.
A branch of the 3.
Wow.
I also had to say if the president and the vice president were no longer able to serve, who would become president.
Yeah.
And I kind of threw in a bit of an extra bit of information there. I went, well, that'll be the Speaker of the House, which is currently Nancy Pelosi.
Showed off. There you go.
And then
Bam.
it said, I had to name a branch of the government. I also had to, I can't remember what the other questions were.
You said you had to know your representatives and your Senate members.
Oh, they asked me how long senators were elected for.
Okay.
Because there's 100 questions, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you have to answer 60% of your questions right. Well,
Yeah.
in my case, he asked me 6 questions and I answered them all right, after which he's like, well, you got those all right.
So there's supposed to be 100, but
No, there's 100
to pick from.
but
right?
They only
So
ask
they're
you
kind of
6.
it's a rotation. So
Right,
you can
okay.
know.
So,
That's
and then he said, well, okay, do
that works.
you want to attend a citizenship ceremony like next month, or do you want to do the one
Mhm.
tomorrow? And I'm like, I'll come tomorrow.
I'll do it
Because
tomorrow.
I've got a
sure,
dentist
yeah.
appointment tomorrow afternoon, and I'm thinking, what's better
Mhm.
than, a precursor to your dental appointment
There you go.
than to just go and be sworn in as a citizen of another country? I mean, why not?
And then you
Right?
go get your teeth clean and you're,
And then I will be a clean teeth
free, you're fresh.
American
and
citizen.
Clean and an American
Right,
citizen.
exactly.
Yeah.
So several people have asked me if I'm going to get triple citizenship or if I'm renouncing my British citizenship. So I'm not renouncing my British citizenship. I will be British for as long as being British is allowed, I guess.
Lifetime, I hope.
I guess,
I
yeah.
mean-
So I'm British, so I'm not giving up my British citizenship unless Britain does something really stupid. So I'm not giving up my British citizenship. I may at some point apply for Canadian citizenship as well. I need to check to see if that's possible.
Yeah.
Because my mum is Canadian, so I would like to claim my Canadian heritage as well.
Yeah.
And I do have some, like, if you go back to the 1700s, we have First Nations in our family, 1800s. So, like, what's that, 5 generations back, maybe 6. So I would like to claim my citizenship of Canada. But for now, it means that I can't be, I don't need to be thrown out now. I can't be thrown out now.
Yay!
Which was my
you
biggest
can get a
fear.
speeding ticket and not have to worry about
I can get
punch it out of the
well,
country
yeah,
like a
exactly.
football.
So what people don't know is that before you become a citizen, which I'm not yet, I could still be kicked out. You know, if I do something really bad tonight,
they're gonna target you specifically.
then I'll be thrown out tomorrow.
They're gonna be on you. You have to drive 1 mile per hour under the speed limit.
Yeah.
Very
So tomorrow I will become a citizen. That's officially when it happens. So I'm not a citizen yet. And then after that, someone was asking what happens when, to register to vote. Because we are in the state of Oregon, you don't have this, I don't think, in Washington. Do you have voter registration when you get your license, your driving license? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they ask you when you get your license, because that was pretty recent-ish for me, like a few years.
Just a baby.
No, it's a wee lass.
Yeah.
Anyway, they do ask you, have you, registered to vote? And fortunately, I already did before I even had my license. So they were like, oh, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
And then I finally actually got like a, voter registration card. So I got that in the mail. So
I think they will just notify the DMV that I am now a registered citizen, and then I'll be able to vote.
Yeah.
And it also means when it comes to the census.
Yeah.
Because that was the other concern we had. Because obviously there was that citizenship question on the census that is being fought backwards and forwards about. And someone was saying, well, what's going to happen with that? I can now legitimately say I am an American. My kids are American because my wife is American. So as soon as my son and daughter arrived in the United States, as soon as their feet touched the ground, they were classed as American citizens because of how the immigration law works.
Yeah.
They don't have their passports yet, but that's just a formality. And as someone said, jury duty, I can now be summoned to serve jury duty.
I've been summoned. Never called, but summoned.
So I was summoned actually shortly after I arrived in the United States.
Really?
For jury duty, yep.
Okay.
I got a summons to
So
serve on the jury.
work?
And I had to write back and say, I'm not allowed to, I'm not a citizen. There's a box.
Okay,
It's generated by a computer.
Okay.
Great question. When traveling to a third country, will you use your British or your American passport? It depends which country I am most ashamed of at the time, I guess.
Oh no.
So, for example, when we fly to England, which we'll be doing later this year, when we fly to England, I will leave the United States on my American passport, and when I land in the UK, I'll be using my British passport.
There you go.
There's a line, right? When there's a line at immigration, British passport, you just go straight through. I will have my American passport with me.
Yeah.
But I'll just go through the British line, and then coming back, same thing. Go through. Yeah. I mean, the thing that
I'll just have to be a knob and come through with my American passport and slow everything down.
Yeah. I need to make sure you don't need a visa. I don't think you do. You might need to apply for a visa waiver or something. I don't know. I need to find out. So up until recently, a lot of people have been asking.
Yeah.
Up until recently. Oh, by the way, this is the little booklet that you get.
Oh.
This is the little booklet which I've been keeping quiet.
Oh. Look at that.
So I mean it. Excuse me.
Rights and responsibilities.
So questions like how old do you have to be to vote for president? What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy?
Vote, or you can run.
Yep.
Yay.
For office, not
Yes.
just run.
Well,
I'm running.
I'm participating.
What did Susan B. Anthony do?
Crap. Did you know I didn't pay very good attention in my history class?
And then things like who was president during World War One?
Roosevelt definitely was in there, wasn't he?
It was Woodrow Wilson.
I got a C in that class.
Okay.
That's the only class I've gotten a C in.
This is proof. This is
Give
the thing
me
that you
that.
have to do.
I need it. I'm a sham of an American citizen.
So up until this point, I have used this. I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing.
I've been embarrassed.
All right. So
How
up
many
until this
people?
point, this is what I've been
30,
using.
40. Ooh.
48.
Oh.
So this is the thing that I've been using. This is my legal document right now. And it will continue to be my legal document until my passport arrives. But it proves that I am a permanent resident. It says at the top, United States of America permanent resident. It's got my fingerprint on it, my birth date, when my card expires. I don't know if I get to keep this or not. It's kind of got holograms on it. It's got the Statue of Liberty on it. It's got a little hologram on the back of me. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But it does now mean that I can be a voter, which is very important to me, obviously, because I am quite political, as some of you watching Transport Evolved will know. Just remember to bring the passport that fits. Bring the passport that fits your driving license.
Anthony.
Susan B. Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh, there you go. I don't think that was part of the test.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. Ooh.
I don't qualify for an Irish passport, unfortunately. British passport does get you in more countries than it does American. In fact, there are some countries in the world that I could go to that I couldn't go to as an American citizen.
Like what? I didn't know somewhere. Are we just banned from certain areas, or?
Yeah. So, for example, not that I would want to go there. There are certain Northern African countries that you couldn't go to.
Okay.
Like Libya, for example. I don't believe you could go to Libya if you have an American passport. So, there you go. Those are the things that Iran would be another one.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But interestingly enough, I wouldn't be allowed into many predominantly Islamic countries.
Yeah.
Because my current British passport has a stamp in from when I visited Israel. So I visited Israel. I visited Israel 7 years ago now. 7, 8 years ago I was in Israel for Transport Evolved. We went over to see the battery swap thing for Better Place before they went under. And so I went to Israel and I have a stamp in my passport from Israel. And if you then go to certain other countries, they don't want you in because you've been to Israel and you might be a secret agent or something.
Yeah.
Because secret agents obviously have stamps in their passports from Israel.
Of course. I am a secret agent. Here's my passport. Let me in.
Some of the former USSR do not let Americans in, but from the UK. There you go. I would love to drive. I would love to ride around the world on a motorbike, but it's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. And I know I'm treating myself because I've just come out of my citizenship interview.
I should have gotten something for you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, God no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's really funny though because now people have. I have a hoodie that says "I'm sorry, I'm British." I'm still going to wear it, you know.
Now you can have one that says, "Sorry, I'm American."
Well, I mean, now when for those who don't know, I am a fursuit performer. I have a character called Queenie Octavia Christina Deerhart. She is a time traveling border collie, very, very over the top, very, how would you describe her? Boisterous and rude.
Big personality.
And she is British and very proud of it. And very often if I'm performing on stage as her and I come off or whatever, people come up to me and say to me, "Are you really British?"
And it's like...
And I can go, I can do a passable American accent and I'll say, "Sorry, what?" And they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were really British." No, it's all right. I really am British. So now I can say, I'm American too, which is going to be weird. Weird. Very weird. Very weird. But the thing is, and I maybe shouldn't be saying this before I have my citizenship ceremony tomorrow, I don't like patriotism. The whole reason that I came up with this character who is very kind of over the top British patriot.
Are we talking
very
like nationalism?
Nationalism.
Yes.
Yeah. So Queenie has, you know, I am British, is very sort of what's the name? Colonial spirit, you know.
Yes.
Anywho, she just comes out. It's so funny because for those who know me, like as soon as I start talking as that particular character, my hand goes up. Anywho, yes, the hand comes up like that. Yes, that. That character was generated because I hate it when people like push their nationality on other people.
Yeah, Americans.
So it's going to be interesting. So yeah. So I am now 20 hours away from becoming one of you lot, which is weird. And I bet this is going to be really funny. People on the Transport Evolved channel will still keep criticizing the government and will say, you don't, you know, shut up and go back to your own country. And then I'll be able to turn around and go, I live here.
Well, there's only 44 people watching us right now. And there's, how many subscribers are we at?
73.5.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a number.
73,500. I'm going to be an American citizen. Nikki is, the world is ending and Nikki is Canadian. Well, I'm half Canadian because my mum is Canadian. But now, okay, so this is the thing, all right? So I'm half Canadian by birth because my mum is Canadian, right?
Yep.
My dad was British. So that makes me half Canadian and half British. But I've now got American citizenship.
There you go.
So how does the math work out? How do you figure out whether I'm half British? Does that mean I'm no longer half British and I'm like a third British, a third Canadian, and a third American?
Well, you're not like blooded American, but you're American.
I see where this is going.
No.
So
no.
Actually, the really funny thing is I am more American than my American wife.
Really?
She's 100% European.
Really?
Like her DNA is 100% European. My DNA is like 3% native First Nation.
I'm very European.
Because we had native, we think it was probably Mi'kmaq. Native Mi'kmaq in our family tree going back to Nova Scotia in Canada, which is where my mum's father's side of the family was from.
There we go.
So there we go. Keep digging.
There you go. Just 150%.
I'm just 150%. Yeah, exactly. So I've added with added extra. So while we're here, now the whole kind of citizenship thing has all happened, and it's not happening until tomorrow at 10:30. I've got to be there for the ceremony.
There we go.
And then hopefully by noon I will have sworn the oath, and I will be.
You gonna dress all nice?
I don't know. I suppose I probably should.
You could dress nice if you wanted to. Or you could wear your Dutch Angel Dragon here.
This is what I wore. This is what I wore to my citizenship interview. We should let Eno know this. Hey, Eno, this is what I wore to my citizenship interview today.
Look what you've done.
You've let one of these into the country.
Oh my God.
I did wear the nice shirt underneath.
No, the seed.
Is Kate a US citizen as well? Someone's come in late to the party. All right. So my wife, Kate, we call her Americate for short. She is American. She was born in America. And so go in the sorry I'm British t-shirt. I think that might just not be cool. I might get thrown out of the country for that. That would be so fun. No, I won't. So my wife Kate is fully American. She's an American citizen, and she moved over to the UK in 2004. So she moved to the UK in 2004, and we stayed in the UK. We got married in the UK, and then we moved all the way back here in 2015. And then obviously I started the process of becoming, I was a green card holder, and then obviously now I'm in the process of becoming a citizen. So the other Kate Walton Elliott, she is not an American citizen. She is a Brit like me.
There we go.
For now. She is a Brit like me for now.
She's married to a Kate.
She is also married to an American citizen.
And then I have a little sister that's Kate. So it's like, nah, there's a lot of Kates.
How is the house buying going? Oh, really exciting. We need to save up for our deposit. We have found a couple of houses, potentially.
There's one that you showed me today that, as I described it, it looked like a regular house with an A-frame boo leaned into it.
And it's 6 acres.
It's quite pretty. And it's got a private road.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, why did we move to the US? No, at all. So the UK was becoming a little bit crazy in terms of the politics, and we didn't feel that our children were getting the support they needed in the UK. Both my kids are adopted. They came with their own kind of set of things that needed to be
They came with their own personality.
And so so when we moved over here both for family reasons, to to give our kids a chance to have an American taste of different cultures, right? Also looking at my wife had family over here, obviously, that we wanted to see. And also at the time, electric cars seemed to be doing better in this part of the world than they were in the UK. And then, of course, Mr. Trump came into power, and we didn't think that America was going to do what it did. And
nor did we.
So we did perhaps go a little bit too far on that one. So yeah, that's why we moved. That's why we moved over. And we maybe one day we'll move back. Obviously not now. Brexit's happening because the UK is a bit of a mess. And thank you, Kejahara. Thank you for the good news. She dropped in and said hi. So just seeing Kona when talking about comparing prices bulk Kona, could you show diagram? I could. I chose not to because the only thing I had was the press release, okay? And the press release was not necessarily all that cool. Do you not fancy a new blue passport? I'm probably going to have to get one.
Do you have your fancy red one with you?
I have my fancy red one with me. I have to be careful because I've got documents in here I don't really want to share about. So I've got my wife's passport and I've got that's what I'm saying, I've got my wife's passport. I don't want to share.
I don't know what that is, but I don't want it.
So, like, yeah, that's my wife's passport. Okay.
Oh, look at that!
And this one is my red one.
Your passport there.
Ooh, see?
Hold it.
So my passport is a bit dog-eared because it's been around the world and it expires on the 4th of October next year. So I need to get a new one soon. And yeah, so my daughter needs a new passport because hers is.
Oh, she has a passport?
Yeah,
there we go.
Hers is running out, or has run out. So here's where I've been in it. Let's see. I was explaining the other day. I think it was to you, Erin, that I don't get if you live in the UK, or rather, if you lived in the UK pre-Brexit, you never got any stamps when you went to another country in Europe. You just went. They didn't bother to stamp it. So I have been pretty much to every country in.
It just doesn't show on there because you didn't fly to them. You just kind of.
Or I flew to them. Well, even if you flew, you didn't get a stamp.
Okay.
You didn't get a stamp unless you came in from another, from outside of the continent. So if you came in outside of the EU. So despite all of the countries that this passport has been to,
there's more.
There's
more that have not been told.
We've got. Let's go backwards. So we've got
like
America. Sorry. Yeah.
Look at the birds.
Yeah. It's all the British birds.
Oh, that's so fun. You got some buzzards in there.
Yeah. So US. That's the one for Israel. US. My original US visa. They all end up stamping the same page. It's kind of funny. US.
There's a ton that are
US, and Japan and Tokyo. So those are the only ones that are really showing up on my passport. But yeah, I've been to, quite a few different places.
It's got the lion and the unicorn on it. It's quite nice.
It's very pretty. It is very pretty. So that's it. Where would leave production would move in the UK. Should we have a normal transport evolved hangout? So tomorrow, if you are watching this channel, you want to know why is Nikki not doing a video.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back to storyboard.
Okay. Storyboard. Yeah. So Erin has come up with some new designs for the logo. Should we share them or not?
We're showing them to Patreons and then
Patreon and Discord, sorry. Discuss. If you are on Discord, if you're on the Discord server, go over to the Discord server and check out the potential new logos.
I did them.
A lot of people say that looks like a J. So I think that one is out.
The thing that you said that was a problem is a problem.
The thing that people said. And then it's split between these two.
Okay.
And then there's people who go, I really like the steering wheel. Keep the steering wheel.
Okay.
So the steering wheel is not staying for Transport Evolved. And here's the reason. Reason number one, as I discovered midway through last year, there is another company out there that has an almost identical logo to Transport Evolved. Okay. Second, people think we're a haulage company.
We get a lot of calls.
We do.
We get a lot of calls.
Like multiple times a day sometimes. People wanting to know if we can transport their goods from A to B. And one of these days, maybe I'll go, all right, we're gonna close that, please, folks. Don't. No, I'm putting you in timeout. All right. If you start being anti-whatever, it's not cool on the channel, and I will put you in a timeout. Do it again, and you get banned. All right, what's the Discord called? Transport Evolved. It is called. Let me see if I can find the transport. How do I do this, Erin? You know.
What do you want? You want a link?
You go invite. Yes. So there we go. Copy. Oh, hang on.
You can have one that never. Yes, there you go.
Better make sure that it's that link and not another one. Is it that one? Invite friends to Transport Evolved.
Yeah. That's it.
Because if I give them the wrong one, they could go down the rabbit hole a really long way. All right. So
what else are you on, Nikki?
Well, there's that one.
Yeah, but that one's pretty obvious. The logo.
Well, yeah. But
yeah.
Like, do you want loads of normies on that one? And then that one.
Oh yeah.
And then. So yeah. Oh, love you, Erin. You do so much for Nikki. Thanks. I do pay her, but she is a good friend and a good employee. There you go. She's working on some new stuff with the logo. So yeah, back to the steering wheel. The steering wheel's going, and we felt it didn't feel necessarily like a representative of a site that was covering the changing future of transportation. So we've kind of gone with some digitized feel.
Yes.
Some digitized artwork. Thank you, by the way, Brian. We are looking to change the logo, and that's going to come with some new changes to the studio as well. So we're going to do I desperately want Transport Evolved to move into a bigger set, and that will maybe come in a couple of months. We've got some more money coming in.
One of the big things is you want like a garage space.
Right, so I can get a car in, so we can film with a car.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get Kate Watton Elliott's Morris Minor down here, and we can actually start working on converting it. That would be great, wouldn't it? And we do some conversion stuff as well.
There we go.
We're still waiting for our new camera, which we ordered 3 months ago. Can you believe that?
How many people are in front of us? Because there was like 5?
It's the Blackmagic. So for those who know, we've ordered the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K. Okay,
but they're putting them out like at such a little trickle rate.
It is an amazing thing. Someone can't use that Discord invite in the Discord app. What did I do wrong? Invite people. Discord. Copy.
That is the
paste. That's the one.
That should work.
It should work.
Yeah.
Try it.
It's the same one, so I don't know what's going on there.
All right. So anyway, the things are in the Discord chat, and if you're a Patreon, they're on the Patreon channel as well. So Erin's going to go look at it now. We're going to, be working on some new studio stuff, but the idea is that we're going to rebrand Transport Evolved a little bit. This year, we're focusing on more than just cars. So we're going to be working on. We're going to be working on other forms of transport. So we're going to try and do some two-wheeled stuff. We're going to try and do some micro mobility stuff. And we're going to focus on everything else as well as cars, because, we all use cars. I think most people watching this channel use cars, but cars aren't always the best solution for all of our problems. So being able to switch to a different form of transportation is really important. I don't understand what's going on here. Somebody doesn't need help from a... right, okay. Be nice to each other, guys. Be nice to each other. All right. The homepage misses a link to one of the swag shops. It does. Our Transport Evolved website is in dire need of an upgrade, and it's one of the things that Erin's going to be doing in the next couple of weeks.
It'll be it's a multi-pronged.
It's a multi-pronged attack. Is that?
It should work. It should work. That one should work.
Oh, look, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
No problem. I run another server.
She does. All right, I'm in the wrong chat. I'm in the wrong window. Here we go.
There we go.
Let's try that one. See if that one works.
Try that one.
Isn't that the same?
It is different. Oh, that is the same. What is wrong with your...
Okay, copy link. Copy link. There you go. Are you going to continue to cover the part suppliers like at CES that are not really covered by others? And you really liked it, of course. We've got so much content still to produce from CES. Yeah. We filmed a lot. We did 2 videos yesterday. I have done 2 videos today. This is the 3rd video if you count this as a 3rd video. Don't know if it is or not. Time for me to go to sleep. Congrats again. Have a good day. Thank you very much. Keep evolving. Yeah, we're going to do more stuff that other sites don't cover. And some people get really upset with it. Some people get really grumpy with it. A lot of people have asked why we don't do the podcast anymore.
Yeah.
No, we don't do the podcast because we were only getting, 1,000 or 2,000 people reading, watching the podcast. Only 1,000 or 2,000 people watching the website.
Yeah.
So we're actually changing that. I need to... Excuse me.
We're trying to focus on what is relevant. What is the kind of up and coming video format?
That was leaving R-rated there for a second.
Oh hey! Oh hey! I know you're excited about the citizenship, but come on.
Yeah. So we are trying to focus on what's helping people to get the information they need to make smart choices moving forward. And we're going to try and make Transport Evolved a little less formal and a little more fun.
Yeah.
And I'm working on some personal changes to try and, make things a little bit more fun. I've come to that point now where I've realized I'm 40 this year. And so, you know, there are going to be some changes coming from me as well.
Big year.
Big year. Yeah. Turn 40, become an American citizen, buy a house in America.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And we're classed as first-time buyers in America, despite the fact that I've previously owned a home.
Yeah.
So I'm not like completely green to owning a house because I've owned one before, just in a different country. So these are all of the things we are doing in Discord now and working. Tell us what you think of the.
We should be in the show.
Number two. Lots of people who are joining. If you go to the show, if you go to the show stuff of the Transport Evolved Discord, you will see the 3 options. They're very blue, but that's because those are our colors.
I wanted to keep it close to what we had, so it's somewhat familiar to, you know, the brand that we already have, and it's blue is, you know, indicative of electricity.
Yeah.
And while we don't exclusively cover electric vehicles, it is definitely a key component in the evolution of technology and, you know, transportation.
Yep.
Especially since there are other forms of transportation that run on electricity.
And we're actually following a trend that's existed in the EV world now for a while.
Blue and
digital. We're not going to give the game away any more than that. Blue is the color. In Aberdeen I shall die. In Aberdeen I shall die. In Aberdeen I shall die. I'm blue in Aberdeen I shall die. That shows my age, doesn't it? 1999. Good year.
I know what song you don't.
It was my second year of university when that song came out. And now I look at it in the the animation and go, oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's atrocious.
It's
atrocious.
Number 2 looks better, but it looks a bit like an internet browser.
I did, yeah.
And that's kind of the idea, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of a digital, we're going digital. We're going digital.
I mean, we're always digital.
We're always digital, but we are going a little bit more digital. Hopefully.
How much more digital can we get?
I don't know. And it's funny because there are still the number of people watching has stopped fluctuating. There were fluctuations, and now it's kind of, these are the people who are going to watch and keep watching. All right. So tomorrow, exciting news, other than me having the aforementioned ceremony.
That's what I was thinking was the exciting news.
Me going to the dentist, which is, you know, not so exciting.
Well,
our new server arrives.
Oh, that's what you were calling about.
Our new server arrives. Now, it's actually a second-hand server. It's a second-hand storinator, and it's going to be upgraded, and we're going to have to spend some amount of money on upgrading it so that it's
cheaper.
It's cheaper to upgrade an old physical unit than it is to spend $9,000-$10,000 on a new one with no hard drives in it. So we're actually upgrading an old unit.
We're being responsible.
I like this. You get some extra bonus points for this. Nikki is going to the dentist, and that is a whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth.
Oh my God! Who said that? Who said that?
Stuck with us, or are we stuck with you? Something like that, I think. Funnily enough, I mean, dentists don't fill me with dread because I've only ever had. I didn't have any fillings until last year.
They fill me with dread.
And then they were like, oh, you need a filling, and I'm like, oh no, I need a filling. And then they just literally, it was like a tiny filling, so surface filling that I didn't even feel it.
Oh.
And they were like, oh, we're done now, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
so
nightmares. I haven't had nightmares about this, but I have a lot of
accent. What have I done? Did I say something incorrect to the accent?
I don't know.
Ben, you did miss the good news, Ben. I'm now one of you. Well, this time tomorrow, I will be one of you. I will be American. American. So super excited to be finally a citizen. I kept it quiet because I was really nervous that, you know, things weren't going to happen. But actually, Ben has actually got me thinking about a topic we're going to talk about I would never. I need you to say I would never. Join the TE Discord and all your wildest dreams will come true. That doesn't Not really, but it is cool. What questions do they ask me? Oh, I think I've already been over these, but let's say them again.
The ones that I could not answer because I'm a shame of an American citizen.
How many justices are on the Supreme Court?
There's 3. Oh wait, no, that's the branches of the government. 12. No, that's wrong.
It's an odd number.
9.
There you go.
Yay!
They wanted to know what happens if the president and the vice president can't serve anymore, which I thought was effing hilarious.
So it's Speaker, right?
The Speaker of the House, who's currently Nancy Pelosi.
Yep.
How long are senators elected for? 6 years.
Okay.
6 years. 6 years. Sorry.
I got a C in that class. Stop embarrassing me in front of my friends, Nikki.
Are you going to the dentist at 2:30? No, not 2:30. I'm going
2:30.
I don't need to go at 2:30. Yeah.
2:30.
Do you guys have a Discord?
We do.
Yeah,
we linked to the
thing. We just linked to the Discord.
We had a whole thing
literally just linking to the thing there, and I have a Discord. But just a thing, how do I put this? All right, because I love you guys all. You're all amazing, but I have I've stopped accepting personal friend requests on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, etc., because
DMs.
It's important for me to have a little bit of separation.
Privacy,
that's the word. It's important for me to have a little bit of privacy, and unfortunately, while most of you have been great, that have already got quite a few of you have already got my personal contact details, and you've been great with it. There are some that don't get it.
Yeah.
And I had one person who rang me pretty much every day.
Really?
Yeah. For a very long. Yeah. So I am one of you. Yes, I am now a snow leopard. It was a snow leopard that answered me the question, so I said yes. I'm now a snow leopard.
Right.
She loves us, but she does not love us. I love you guys, but yeah, I've had some issues in the past with boundaries, not me boundaries,
some
but
weird
with
phone calls.
Weird phone calls, gifts.
You've had gifts
Through the mail, which is sweet.
Yeah.
But there's like a
yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, back to the server. We're buying a new motherboard and a new processor and some new memory to whack in there. We're buying an upgrade kit for and a friend of ours says she's going to call the office over and over. I don't think she's got the number actually. She's got that. She's got line 4. Okay. She knows line 4.
Yeah.
Because line 4 is associated with the charity that I help run.
Oh.
But line 1, 2, and 3. She
so it's
have.
it's one of them.
Yes.
Who is it? Who is it?
You can probably.
Who is it?
That one.
Oh.
Is
that right?
Send us things in the mail. Why won't you notice me? I did not know until this week that Johnny from Fully Charged Flux Capacitor was once Kate's. Okay, so interesting thing about that. So the person who put the grill on, the horrible grill on the front of the flux capacitor, was not Kate. That was the owner prior to Kate. So Kate wanted to buy an electric car for her mum to get her from her house to the allotments and back.
I remember. Yeah,
and so she purchased this Enfield electric car that had been restored by a gentleman in Wales, and we drove out to Wales and picked it up. Yeah. My dog came and was sick in the truck. Bless him, because he was a puppy.
Yeah,
he was sick a couple of times in the truck. That's what I
heard from that. Yeah.
And so we got it back to Bristol.
Yeah.
We put some new batteries in it. It was MOT'd, and it went to live with Kate's mum. And I think she may have driven it once or not at all. And then there was torrential rain, and Kate's mum lived in Oxfordshire, I think. and there was a big flood, and the car got flooded under, I think it was like 4.5, 5 feet of water, completely wrecked.
Wow.
The insurance company wrote it off, but Kate purchased it back with the intent of rebuilding it.
Yeah. Giving it new life.
But it ended up coming and living on my driveway for a bit. And then Johnny was saying, I'm looking for a car. And I'm like, oh, Johnny, I know someone who's got one who's going to sell it. So I helped him purchase the car from Kate.
So for a time, it was a lawn ornament, basically.
It was a lawn ornament for a while. And then it went and lived in Kate's garage because she was building a new garage. That's why it was
garage
on my driveway.
Ornament.
And then Johnny bought it. And then Johnny then turned it into the flux capacitor.
Oh, okay.
And for those who are worried about, well, he destroyed a normal classic car because they're pretty rare. All of the motor, all the electronics and the motor were completely wrecked by the water. So it was kind of a shell at this point, and he rebreathed life into it and made it into a flux capacitor.
I don't know, one of the worst Floridian stereotypical things.
I want a donut. No? Give me a donut. I will give you a donut. There you go. Funny how private EV car needs an MOT and commercial vehicle EV does not. At least that used to be the case. I don't believe it's the same anyway. Let me just sub real quick to this channel or the main channel. If you want to go to the main channel, Transport Evolved, that's the main channel. 73,500 subscribers. Let's get to 100,000. We're pretty close. Yes. We're going to get to 100,000 hopefully this year.
Then the YouTube will start talking.
And then YouTube starts talking to us. For those who don't know, if you're a YouTuber, YouTube ignores you completely until you get to 100,000 subscribers. When you get to 100,000 subscribers, they send you a little plaque.
Hello.
They send you about $80 worth of vouchers so that you can buy new camera gear. That's a little unknown thing.
That's pretty nice.
And they also then give you a relationship manager.
I heard about that one.
And they give you a relationship manager who helps you, do collabs and get more other stuff. And then from there, then we go upwards from there. So
get you some street cred.
That, and then obviously this channel is Transport Evolved Take 2, which is the more informal side of Transport Evolved, all the silliness, all of the craziness, all of the up and downy stuff, and me talking when I am really, really, really tired and a little bit relieved, quite a bit relieved about now being eligible to be an American citizen. The one and only Grapes, basically your senpai notices you. Oh, please, I'm nobody's senpai. I hope. I mean, that would be terrible. Queenie would maybe be somebody's senpai, but
we already had this.
We already had this.
Yes.
Already know exactly what's going on, dear. I don't know why you always just seem to laugh as soon as she comes out the closet. So she's never been in the closet, really, to be honest. But there we go. Anywho, she just really comes out, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, we had a airboat in our driveway for a while.
You did?
Yeah. An airboat in our driveway. It didn't run, but
an airboat.
Yeah.
Do you mean one of those ones that goes across the swamp? Oh, those are so cool.
That's what I'm saying.
So when I was little, there was a TV show about a bear called Ben. It was a black bear.
Yeah.
And he used to go across he lived with his family, and he used to go across the Florida swamps on the little
black bears live down there.
Yeah, but it was like, I can't remember what the name of the TV show was.
I have no idea.
I think it might have been Big Ben or something.
I have no idea.
It was like a kids' TV show. Gentle Ben. Thank you. It was Gentle Ben. There you go. Thank you, John. Obviously, John is my generation. So there you go.
There we go.
Gentle Ben. I used to love watching that.
Oh.
There you go. Everyone's saying Gentle Ben now.
Gentle Ben. It
was cool to have, because it was, I'd never experienced that could have these massive swamps and do I remember Skippy? No, not quite. I was born in 79, so I'm a little bit young for Skippy. So there we go. Anyway, support the show, Patreon,
subscribe,
get
a t-shirt.
Yeah.
check out the designs on our Discord.
Yeah, because we've got some new, and we've got the t-shirt, the flag t-shirt that we did, the one that people are calling the flag t-shirt, which is actually the evolution of transport. That needs to go up on Patreon. You need to put that up on the t-shirt shop now because it's not public.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. So you need to make that public. So
why did my computer turn on? Oh, yeah, I had it on. That's why.
Apparently, that's Ron Howard's brother that played the kid. There you go. Never knew that. Never knew. Small things. Small things. Bonus question.
Bonus question.
For those really paying attention, what's the significance of this cup? Are we going to make the t-shirts from new logos? Yes, we'll put some new t-shirts together with the new logos on. Anybody tell me the significance of this?
Well, I certainly know it has a Land Rover logo on it. Oops.
It doesn't have a Land Rover logo on it. You just gave the game away.
I did. You said someone. You said someone. And I am someone. And
you are someone. Yes, dear. All right, guys. All right, guys. It is that the Borg from Star Trek: The Next Generation? Where? Point. Where do you mean? Is the Borg from Star Trek: The Next Generation? Huey. Oh, Hugh. Yes, I get it now. Hugh, the Star Trek. Yes, the Borg with the individuality. Hugh, of course. Duh. Yes, the first production Land Rover. Well done, Emily. It was a Series 1 Land Rover. Yep, that was a license plate for it. Are you going to take part in Fully Charged podcast? I don't know. If someone invites me, I would love to. Number plate of the first ever Land Rover. Yep, that's the one. I thought for a second when you were asking about Borg, if you were talking about the ref sheet that's there, because from a distance, it looks a bit weird. And I suppose it's a bit weird close up too, but it's no, that's nothing to do with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for celebrating with me. What should I do to celebrate my newfound Americanness?
Have dinner out or something.
Bug Dan when I see him next. Yeah, I'd love to. Well, I mean, I've just finished. Oh, the guys at Fully Charged were lovely. So I've just finished a chapter for them for their Fully Charged almanac, and because I've been so busy with one thing and another, then I didn't get the chapter finished as I should have done in the time I should have done, and they've been really, really, really awesome and very patient. And I finally got the chapter done the other day, and I've written it and I've pushed it to them. And so I will be in the Fully Charged annual, hopefully, as long as I'm not too late. I am coming to Fully Charged live in the UK. I am hopefully going to go to Fully Charged live in the US as well. And yeah, so lots of fun things doing. Go drinking and shooting, but hopefully not repeat a Dick Cheney. Yeah, no. The one thing I don't think I've ever done is ever shooting a gun, and I'm quite happy about never shooting a gun. Real Americans. No, real Americans celebrate with not a flamethrower. If someone's got not a flamethrower, I'd love to have a go. I think that would be freaking brilliant.
It's not a flamethrower.
We could make s'mores with a not a flamethrower. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would.
So anyway, thanks very much, Ben. I've got an idea for a video that I want to talk to you about at some point. So nudge me if I don't reach out to you in the next couple of days, we will we will be back soon. As always, thanks for joining me. Keep evolving.